It's time to turn your life-challenging moments into life-changing messages. Welcome to the Power Lift Stories podcast, where we are interviewing women whose stories will leave you lifted up, fired up, and fueled up with hope, courage, and inspiration. We want to thank our sponsor, Powerful Journey, who helps women tell their stories, write their books, and building a profitable brand around both. Join the masterclass or the Speakers Academy at phyllisjenkins.com. That is PHYLLISJENKINS.com. Now here's your host, Phyllis Jenkins.
This will be the first time I've had the book in hand. Some of my guests, Phyllis, already have their books, have already read the book, and already reviewed the book. So this will be my first time. Yes, this will be my first time actually putting my hands on the book. Ooh.
So for those of you that are joining us via podcast,
sorry about that.
Looking at Patricia Sterling as she opens her book, a box, her book for the first time, and she is about to hold it in her hands for the first time. She is about to let us know how it feels, and we have her family and her friends that are here, and she has it.
Here's my book. And I think everyone on here, as a matter of fact, has the book already, except for maybe one or two people. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling to know that I had the opportunity to live out one of my dreams, being an author. So now that I've written this book, it just feels fabulous. It looks great. It looks great. It's just everything that I wanted to put the inside. And I'm just looking at the inside, everybody, because this is the first time I've seen it. And I'm enjoying the way it looks. And I'm looking at my titles. So it's really great feeling. It's really good. And I'm thinking about how this came to be. And so that'll be in the interview. Hold it up again. Y'all got it.
Very good. For those who are listening, would you read out the title of your book, Patricia?
The title is Memoirs That Made Me, A Journey Toward Healing.
A Journey Toward Healing. And what a powerful story Patricia has. And I am excited for your family, friends, and the podcast community to dig into that book. So with that said, now I am going to ask if your guests would unmute themselves one at a time and give words of congrats to you.
I would like to say congratulations to my sister, Diane, who's always acted like she was the firstborn. And today she set an example of never giving up, which I'm very proud of. Very proud of.
Thank
Love
you.
much.
Thank you. Love you.
That's great.
I like to say something. And if I call her Diane, her middle name is Diane. So
okay.
I don't do Patricia. Diane has been, even though we grew up in the era that we did, she's always been ahead of herself. So where she at right now, she's always been there. She's just catching up to herself. It's just coming to the manifestation. I have always been proud of her, even in high school. So I'm glad, and I read the book, lots of laughs. She's going to be a great person. She's already great. She's just getting ready to elevate even more.
Oh, thank you, Shell.
Wow, what a beautiful tribute.
Thank you.
I just want to say congratulations, Mom. I'm super proud of you and all the things that you're accomplishing. I know this is just one thing that you're wanting to do, so I'm wishing you all the success and everything else that you have planned.
Thank you, daughter. Thank you. Love you.
Sweet.
Hello, Diane. I'm
Hey.
Linda. Hi. I'm so proud of you. Me, Diane, and Sheila all grew up together, so we call Patricia Diane. We don't call her Patricia. But I loved your book. As soon as you told me you was finished and I could get it on Amazon, I bought it. I lived
You did.
most of that situation, most of that time we were together.
Yes, ma'am.
So I remember a lot. I didn't know a lot about your childhood, but it sure brought to light a whole lot of things as to why you're the person you are.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you, Linda.
But you've always, yes, and we all are proud of you and the grown person you have become. I love the book. And you put a lot in it and you kept a lot out. You was very respectful towards everybody. And people don't understand. It's not about them. It's about you.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Congratulations, darling.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Love you, Linda.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, baby.
So I would just like to say thank you for bringing me along that journey with you in the process of actually making the book. I'm so proud of you for finishing it and accomplishing your dreams. And it's made me understand you a lot more. And it's helped me understand things about my life as well. And you've just been a light and a guide. And I love you so much and I'm proud of you. You deserve everything that life has to offer, and you've gone through a lot, and for you to finally accomplish that and be able to put it in a book and just thrive is amazing.
Thank you, baby girl. Is my granddaughter. Thank you, granddaughter. I love you. And like I told you, you're gonna have to come into the business because a lot of this stuff Granny gonna need your help with. So get ready.
What a beautiful tribute from your granddaughter. Wow. From one generation to another. How great is that?
Yes, ma'am. She'll be writing her book too soon, right, Anna?
Yep, I'm working on it.
That's
Okay,
great.
babe.
That is great.
Thank you, Anna. Love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Anybody else want to share? See, I think Natasha wrote, I can get to the chat here. Natasha said, congratulations, Mom, from another mother. I'm super happy for you, and I thank you for being a true example of not giving up. You continue to speak life into, I'm going to move it up here. You continue to speak life into all of us, and I'll forever cherish you. Ah, that is sweet, Natasha.
Thank you, other daughter. I love you. Thank you. I know you can't talk. I love everybody, and I thank y'all for taking the time. And I know that some of y'all I had to remind the last minute because I know how that can be. But I do appreciate y'all stopping, taking the time out of your day.
I'm listening to Diane about her book.
Mute, Linda.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. But I just was saying that I appreciate y'all taking the time out of y'all day to come in with me. I really do appreciate that. And like Phyllis said, we're going to do an interview right after this. And once it's up and running, I'll send you guys the link so you can hear the interview as well. So thank y'all. I love y'all so much.
Pat,
Who is that?
this is Martha, your roomie. I
Hey,
just want to say
Martha.
congratulations.
Hey.
And I am so proud of how courageous you are. I'm really, really proud of you. I just want to let you know that. And you've done what a lot of us think about doing, but never follow through on doing. So I'm proud of you, girl.
Oh, thank you,
Keep
Martha.
doing what you're doing.
All right. Thank you so much. So
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Well, thank each of you for joining us today. And as we are going to say goodbye to you, Patricia and I will continue our one-on-one interviews. All right, we are ready to continue our interview. And you just witnessed Patricia Sterling opening her box of books for the first time, holding it, feeling it, looking through it. All of her hard work has paid off. She is now a published author, and we are so excited. So, Patricia, welcome. I would like for you to share the title of your book again, share the backstory. What made you write the book?
Okay, the title of my book is called Memoirs That Made Me, A Journey Toward Healing. And what made me write the book was I identified that a lot of the abuse and trauma that I suffered as a child carried on into my adult life. And I had begun to not have really healthy relationships with adults. For a long period of time in my life, I gravitated toward young children or young people. And still sometimes today, I do that. It was just that, with everything that happened in my life and the trauma and the substance abuse and the homelessness, especially with the substance abuse, I think that I kind of stopped growing emotionally at the age I started using. And from there, I was not able to sustain really healthy relationships with adults. After doing some work on myself and let me just back up. My son was murdered in 2012. And you know how you always say, I'm going to write a book one day about my life. I'm going to write a book one day. Well, after he was murdered, there was a woman who came on a television show. And that woman, all four of her children had been killed due to gun violence. And not knowing this woman, her story really made me get out of myself because I had really laid down and just the anxiety, depression, the fear, and everything that goes along with trauma, abuse, and had set in me. And I was stuck for a long time. But after that interview with that woman, I said, now, if this woman can get up and to share her story, I can share mine. So I am going to write this book. So in 2019, I began the workshop, a writing workshop. And the writing workshop had us do different exercises and assignments. So it made me go back into my childhood again. And I knew then that it was time for me to start writing this book. So once I finished the writing workshop, I just wholeheartedly just started jotting things down and started writing and thinking of chapters. And fast forward 2021, here it is. It's come to fruition. So I'm pretty happy about it. And I'm glad I did it. And it's taken me through a lot of feelings and thoughts, some good, some bad, some fun times, some bad times. So that's what made me write the book.
It is
Also,
amazing. It is amazing when I hear you say that another mother's interview
Mm-hmm.
is what fueled you to get
Mm-hmm.
up and
Yes.
to write your own book. And I
Right.
just want to say to you that someone else who is listening today, or someone else who will read your book, will be also uplifted
Mm-hmm.
and moved to action because of what you did. It would be amazing if we could contact that woman who
Yes.
you heard and let her know what her interview did for you.
I will
But
work on that.
great, and I will bring both of you back on here.
Okay.
But I love the ripple effect of what her interview did for you,
Mm-hmm.
as well as what your interview is going to move and do for others who are watching, who are listening, who will read your book as well. God reveals himself through our life experiences. And I've read your book, and it is an amazing, amazing story. But for those who are listening who have yet to read your book, just share briefly how God revealed himself through your experiences.
Oh my God. And that's the second part. I did want to say that I want my story to help someone else.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other sole purpose of writing this book, is so others can know what I've gone through and they can take something from it. The second part of it was, what do you ask? Can you ask that again for me, Phyllis? The second part.
How has God revealed himself through
Oh my
your
God.
life experiences?
I'll tell you, the number one way that God revealed himself through my life experiences is every time I was on I would call it upswing, on doing the healthy thing. Every time I would get into trouble in some type of shape, form, or fashion, or every time something traumatic would happen, God would place what I call one of his angels in my life to come and shine their light or shine their love or give of their gifts or give of their talents, and help me along to the next step. Because there's so many times people don't like to accept help, and a lot of times they don't want to admit that things are going wrong. But I can say that the number one way was God working through other people to show up in my life. Reading the word helped. It showed up in their life. And now I'm at a point where I can listen to God. I can hear him.
I remember reading your story, your book, and in it you mentioned the first time, or one of the first times, that you found a Bible in a hotel and you
Yes.
opened it up and read it. Share with our listeners briefly about that experience.
Well, I had been abusing substances for a little time. And one night I was in a hotel room, and of course the drugs were gone, the money was gone, and I was antsy. I was up, and I just picked up the Bible, from the nightstand, and I started reading. And I can tell you, I don't know. I know it was a spiritual experience, or it was a call from God asking me to come on, because once I started reading those words, I started to feel better. I calmed down. I was no longer, as people use the term, geeked up. I was no longer geeked up, and the words just kind of comfort me. They comfort me, and they made me feel better, because I knew I was in a place that I didn't want to stay. And after, while reading those words, I felt better. But after that, I wound up getting myself prepared to go into treatment the next day.
I
The
love
very
that
next day.
story. I
So,
love that story. Amazing. You said it was a
mhm,
call. It was God's rescue call for you.
that's right. That's right.
And I applaud you because you answered the rescue call. You could have
Yes.
said, "Nope, I'm
Yes.
not ready for this," but you answered the call. You moved forward, and here you are now, helping others to move forward.
Yes,
Well, as we wrap up our interview, I would like for you to share just 3 takeaways that you would like for our listeners to walk away with today.
I would like for the listeners to take away a poem that's in my book, but if they don't have my book, they can look it up. It's called Footprints in the Sand. And Footprints in the Sand is a poem to help you to know that God is with you all the time. It helped me. The second thing I like for them to take away is there are tools and strategies and people. There are good people out there. There are God-fearing people out there. There are people who will love on you. Attach yourself to those type of people and they'll help you get through. And the last thing I want them to take away is knowing that you can do it, that you're precious. You are a precious human being and you're worthy. So those are the 3 things I would like everyone to take away from my book, my writing, my workshops, my coaching, whatever I have. Anytime you see my face, I want you to think about those things.
That is absolutely wonderful. And if you would tell our listeners how they can connect with Sterling Sessions.
You can connect with me at sterlingsessions.com or www.sterlingsessions.com. That's sterlingsessions.com. On there, you will have a contact. You can email me and we can touch base that way. Or you can hit me on Facebook at Patricia Sterling.
Very good. And Patricia's book is available now on Amazon. So go and grab your copy of her book. Once you've read it, we ask that you give a review for her. And if you haven't gotten enough, then we invite you to come to the Powerful Journey Women's Conference, which is coming up April 16th and 17th, 2021. Patricia is, she's excited about it.
I am excited.
She is one of our speakers that day. She will actually be conducting a workshop from her book.
Yes.
And we're super excited about it. If you cannot attend in person, it is also virtual as well. You can register at phyllisjenkins.com. That's PHYLLIS Jenkins, JENKINS.com. And we are looking forward to a powerful experience on that day. So Patricia, thank you again. We'll put your information in the show notes so that our listeners can connect with you. And this is just the beginning for you. This is your first book of many. So thank you again, Patricia Sterling, for sharing your powerful story today.
Thank you so much, Phyllis, and I appreciate you and the Powerful Journey organization. Love you all. Thank you.
You are so very welcome.
Thank you for joining us today. If you are interested in being on the show, go to phyllisjenkins.com. You can also sign up for the Powerful Journey Masterclass or the Speakers Academy at phyllisjenkins.com.